name is Glory. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been long since I put up a video. Okay, not that long, but most likely you guys have felt my absence. Hopefully, yeah, I haven't uploaded. Like, my consistency has been, going down a little bit. But I don't know, it was a little bit intentional, and yeah, I was just tired of uploading YouTube videos. But we're back, and that aside, thank you first of all to all of you who have subscribed to this YouTube channel this year. I'm so grateful. I am really, really grateful for how far that I have come. Do you know the funny thing? I set a goal to reach 800 subscribers this year. That did not happen, but I am actually so grateful for where we have come. I think right now we're about 330 subscribers, and I am so grateful for the 330 of you. Thank you for those who constantly watch my videos, comment, encourage me. It's encouraging. It's really nice to receive this encouragement from you guys. And honestly, to be honest, I say honestly, to be honest, we came into this year, I think we were about 50 something when coming into the year, and now we're 330. So that's a huge growth that I can't even take for granted. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, the 330 of you. Most especially thank you to my sister. My sister always watches my YouTube videos. I'm like, how does she even keep up? Thank you, Chita, for always watching my videos. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your support. As your older sister, I'm so grateful for your support. And yeah, thank you to each and every one of you. A lot of other people, even people that ask me questions, right? Thank you so much to each and every one of you that keep watching. I'm so grateful. And so basically, this video is actually supposed to be my last video for the year. It's supposed to be kind of like a self-evaluation video of the whole year, but today is 28th of December, and I haven't done my evaluation yet. So basically what I usually do is, at least from last 2 years or so, is that I take out the last 3 days in the year to evaluate how the year went and stuff like that, in as much as yes, I have already done some evaluations during the course of the year, but then towards the end of the year, that's like the wrap of the whole thing. And we're entering, obviously, like going into a new year, so depending on how you calibrate your year, yeah, I actually just found out that not everybody takes New Year's as their New Year. Some people begin to count their New Year's from their birthday, from like one birthday to the other birthday. That's a whole year for them. Some people don't see January as their new year. But irrespective of what you use as your year, right, or as your metric, you're still coming into a new season. You're still coming into a new period, right, of your life, a new phase of your life. So it's a wise thing to be able to sit down and look at the mistakes, the successes, the failures, the lessons learned, right, from the previous year, going into your new season or going into your new year, so you don't make those same mistakes. And yeah, basically to be able to give you foresight, which is basically what this video was supposed to be about. But then yeah, and I don't think I'm going to do another video after this. I think this is going to be my last video for the year. And I also remember telling you guys that I would like to take a break from YouTube, I think for the next 2 to 3 months, yes, in order to be able to work on some other aspects of my life. And actually, I would probably just give you guys a little, like, bring you guys in, give you guys like a little bit of insight into the reason for this decision, or the reason for this break. It's not because like I just want to take a break and I'm just lazy for YouTube. I'm never lazy for YouTube. I've actually come to enjoy the editing process. When I'm not editing, when I don't edit a video, it's now like, it's so weird. I always feel so weird because I don't know, it's weird. So it has become like a part of me. It's actually fun and interesting. It's just that I would like to better my skills. So I'm just going to, give you guys some of the reasons why I'm just taking a little break. And hopefully you can actually also use it to evaluate yourself and see, if you've been, if you've been giving out a lot, if you've been out there a lot, and you're not pouring back into yourself, if you're experiencing a burnout, you most likely experience a burnout, or if you're experiencing what I'm experiencing, that's the reason why, because you are giving out without pouring back in. And once you give out and give out and give out, there is nothing left to, and you're not replenishing yourself, right? You eventually dry out. There's nothing left to give out. And so that's actually one of the reasons why I'm taking this break. I felt like I gave out a lot this year, not just on YouTube, right? YouTube is not just on YouTube. Yes, YouTube was a lot actually for me, but also in other areas of my life, like in my friendships, in my relationships most especially. So, and I just feel like I need to go back and replenish myself. First of all, honestly, to be really honest, replenish myself in the presence of God. Spiritually, like towards the end of this year, it has been a battle for me. It has been a battle for me. Like, it's just, the inconsistency is baffling. It's really baffling for me, and I can't keep going on, because for me, that's something I really value, and that's something I really want to value, right? And if my spiritual life is, my relationship with God is not working out, and every other aspect of my life is working out, I'm not at peace. So right now, I'm not at peace, to be honest, with myself, because even though I'm succeeding in my academics, and every other aspect of my life, my relationship with God is suffering, and I don't want to, keep ignoring it, because it's just somewhere at the back of, it's not somewhere at the back of my, it's just always, in my heart, and it's just always pounding. This thing is not right. This thing is not right. Fix this thing, and I just keep suppressing it. And I do not want to suppress the voice of the Holy Spirit in my life. I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. So it's one of the reasons that I'm taking. It's another reason. That's another reason why I'm taking this break, right? I need to go back. I need to, go back. I think that's the word. And I can't fix things by myself, right? But then I need to do my part. I need to do my part. Being consistent with my prayer life, which has really suffered a lot. I don't even know. Being consistent with my prayer life, being consistent with reading the word. At least that one is it's better than but they go hand in hand. You can't read the word and not pray. You can't pray and not read the word. So I can't even say okay, then this one is okay and then this one is not. They go hand in hand. It's like someone said, it's like breathing in and breathing out. There is no one that is much more important. They both go hand in hand, and I think that's where my suffering started from, right? So I need to go back to doing the things that are supposed to be done. Then that aside, another reason is that checking my life, looking at my life this year, like, as you guys know, I have been really consistent. I tried to be really consistent this year with accountability, number one, and evaluating myself, if not most likely every day, and also the quarterly evaluations that I did during the year. And I think that really helped me this year. It really helped me this year to stay accountable to myself, to stay accountable to the goals that I set, at the beginning of the year, which I think I hit almost everything. But I hit almost everything, but then for me now, those things are not really of value as compared to my relationship with God. I don't like the fact that I hit my goals in every other area, but not the goal that I had in becoming really intimate. In becoming really intimate with God. This year, the intimacy was on another level, right? It's not like it was a different kind of intimacy. I started to want to know God for myself, to just want to know the person that he is, and just to have a relationship with him, removing religion, removing every other thing, removing every other factor. I just want to know him as he is. And because I know that in knowing him, I would also find myself, right? And that was also another thing again I struggled with this year a lot myself. I would just encapsulate it as myself, because I had issues at different points in the year. Like this year, I don't know if I've said it on this channel, but I cried premium tears this year a lot, and most of it was things that, when I looked at it, were my fault, right? So yeah, I cried a lot this year, and that was it was good, right? Because I don't know, it was relieving. But then it's good that I also learned the lessons from whatever made me cry, right? So and I was able to, when those times were happening, I was also able to, by God's grace, I was able to open up to my friend, my best friend, and open up to even my mentor, and some other people. And so it was really, really helpful for me. And I was able to learn the lessons I was supposed to learn from those moments, and not let those moments, go to waste, or like just drown in self-wallow and self-pity and and stuff like that. I was down for a while, but then I was able to get back on my feet. So that was that was quite a moment for me this year. And most of those times actually were times where I compromised my values, and I think that's when I hurt the most. I've come to realize, especially this year, I'm telling you, this year has been like opening my eyes to a lot of things. And it's so funny because I'm just like, how didn't I see these things before? It just feels like I was blinded. I don't know, I'm trying to paraphrase that scripture that says when the Spirit of God comes, and when the Spirit of God comes, and then the veil is torn from their eyes, or torn, when the Spirit of God is, there is liberty, right? There is freedom, and the veil is torn from your eyes, something like that. I've forgotten it, but it was just like there was a veil all over my eyes, right? And I couldn't notice all these patterns before, and I'm like, how did I notice all these patterns? I don't even know. And I think it's just the grace of God, to be honest. I think it's the grace of God that helped me see these patterns. And even in the chaos, that's this is the mindset that has gotten me a lot, gotten me through, right? Even in the chaos, there is still a lesson. Even in the chaos, God is still directing my life. Even in my messiness, God is still directing my life. And the thing is that I'm not proud of the messiness, right, of being messy and stuff like that, but because I know, I can do better. I don't have to be messy, but then we're humans. Sometimes things can be messy, and what just matters is how you come out of that, or use that messiness, how you come out of that messy space, right? So yeah, it was, I got to discover a lot of things about myself this year, and I'm really proud of that, and I'm happy about that. And because it just feels like I know what to do next year. Do you get? Or not even just say next year, going forward in my life, I know what to do. I know not what to do. Sorry, I know what not to do. Sorry, I know what not to do. King James. So that's it. That's it for me. I discovered a lot this year. Patterns were pattern. I think the word patterns for me this year stood out a lot, because I saw patterns that have been reoccurring in my life that I haven't seen, or I hadn't taken note of in a long time. And I'm like, how didn't I see these things? Holy Spirit, honestly, how didn't I see these things? But patterns, basically, in the different aspects of my finance, my relationships, I saw patterns, man. And I'm like, this thing has been reoccurring, and it's a pattern, right? And if you don't take note of these patterns, they keep reoccurring. And so, if you, it just helped me a lot, right? And because especially like in a particular aspect of my life now, I noticed a pattern. And you know the funny thing, right now that pattern is about to reoccur around the same time that the pattern reoccurs or has been reoccurring for the past 3-4 years. And it's so mind-blowing that I am so aware of it. I'm like, this, I'm not going to let this happen because I am aware of it. Like, I can see it already happening, or I can't. I'm just like, this devil is a bastard. Honestly, the guy is a serious bastard because I'm just like, how did I see these things? But I'm so grateful that my eyes are so open to it right now because I can recognize it, and then I'm putting, you know, boundaries and barriers, and I'm just making sure that this mistake does not repeat itself again. And that is all because of awareness, right? And so that's why I'm like, even with all the things that happened this year, I'm so grateful about, I think I've become more aware, honestly, of myself, of my emotions, which I'm still trying to handle, of my, of myself. Basically, I've become more aware of my environment also. And yeah, so that's another reason. There are reasons, my dear, a lot of reasons. Another reason is I was talking about boundaries now and patterns. It was something relating to that. I just lost my chain of thoughts. Okay, yes. Yes, oh my god. Yeah, so another thing was that this year I feel like I didn't add, not I feel like I feel like I didn't add value to myself personally. I think my mental space suffered a lot. Not mental health now. My mental health is, I think it's quite good by the grace of God. The Holy Spirit has helped me. So not like mental health now, but my mental space. I mean my mental development, my development mentally. Yes. So my development mentally, I feel like I didn't add a lot of value to myself as a person, like in reading books, in getting more skills, in taking, getting more educational getting more education or getting more educational what's it called, certifications, taking courses and stuff like that, developing myself basically. I feel like this year I was majorly focused on my finance and academics, and a little bit of finance, academics, my spiritual life, that I wasn't really, looking at. Basically, I was focused on every other aspect of my life except developing myself, which took it, or is taking a toll on me. Like I feel like the funny thing, I just had this thing with my mentor right now, and a meeting, right, with my mentor right now, and she was talking, and then she said something along the lines of, if like you can't stay at a place, you can't not do anything, and it doesn't count as success, right? It doesn't count as moving forward or progress. So far you're not doing anything to move forward, even if you're not doing anything to move backward, you are moving backward, right? That's what she said, which really like rang a bell in my head. And so yeah, I thought like I could put that on hold and nothing would happen, but I feel my mind dwindling. I don't like it when I'm not learning, I'm not adding value to myself, I'm not pushing myself, I'm not becoming a better version of myself, at least mentally, right? I like to be mentally aware. I like to, when I say I like to have knowledge, actually, not just for the sake of having knowledge, because I feel like it helps you have good conversations with people, and it just puts you on a different radar, on a different space. Honestly, this year I've talked to people, and from just my first conversations with them, I already know that me and this person, we cannot vibe, because we are not thinking on the same level. And not to put anybody down, not to say I'm better than anybody, but then there are people that you just know that, okay, when you have conversations with them, you are on the same radar, you are thinking on the same frequency. But then, to be honest, I think that's how I approach people. Once I'm talking to you, I'm trying to kind of like sieving your responses and stuff like that. which is what most likely everybody does, because you have to know you have to know who you can vibe with. Do you get? So I was just like, yeah. And so for me, being intellectual is will I say, I don't want to say a fetish for me, but then it's a thing for me. I like people who are there in their minds, like who are progressive with their minds, and who are constantly adding value to themselves, and who are in that progressive mind space, right? And so imagine, like, if imagine that being something that I value, and then that was something that really I did not work at this year, or work on this year. So coming towards the end of this year, I've just been like, my goodness, it's just been a lot. And so I've just been evaluating myself, as the days go by. If I'm working, as I'm, things just keep popping into my mind. I just keep taking note of them for when I actually sit down to do this, last evaluation, to see, how my next year is going to be, how I'm going to be moving forward, and which is what I think every person, right, should do. If you want to be serious with your life, I think is what you should do. Evaluate yourself, and look for where things did not work, and how you can make those things work better. Look for patterns that keep reoccurring, and take note of them. And if there are bad patterns, take note of them and try to keep them from reoccurring. So basically, I was talking about adding value to myself, right? So I didn't do that this year, and it makes me feel like I'm dwindling, I'm going backward, because I'm not adding value to myself. I'm not moving forward. I will be deceiving myself to think that, okay, I'm just sitting on the fence. You can't sit on the fence. So far as I didn't add value to myself, that means I went backwards, and so it's not a good feeling for me. And so it's something I want to work on. So next year. So basically that's it for me. I think even one of the major reasons why was because I didn't have, normally when I read books, I really love to have, like, hard copy. I only read like 2 books this year, which is really, really unlike me. I read only 2 books this year, and to God be grace, just because those books were hard copy self, right? So so it's just looking for what made these things not work out, and look for how to make them better. For example, now I know that because of the not reading a book one, most likely was because I didn't have these books physically. And even when I now try to combat that, and I went to the library to borrow some books, those books had deadlines, and also I was also dealing with schoolwork. And that aside, just so many other things combined together, not planning myself well, because even if I had planned myself well, even with the schoolwork, I should still have been able to, read and stuff like that. Also taking courses online, especially to improve my YouTube. I'm getting some feedback, So I was saying adding value, right? Especially with my YouTube, I get feedback from you guys. Both, the good, they're all good, right? Good and bad feedback, but then you need criticism to grow, right? So some people say, oh, that the quality of my videos, like, it's not like really, really clear, or it's not really, really good. So I also need to work on that. I need to take some courses. I thought I could just do YouTube the way I wanted. It's my channel, I can just do anything I want. But then I'm serving this thing to the public, and if they don't like the quality of what I put out, I have to do some work, right? I have to do some work to make it better for them. And so it's also one of the reasons. So it's actually also to the advantage of other people too. It's also for the betterment of other people to make, like, good quality videos and good quality designs. So I've actually never really invested into learning anything about YouTube. Everything I've done on YouTube up until now is just self-learned, right? I just went to CapCut, try to learn the thing by myself. It's not like it's stuff like that. So I need to actually take a design course, storytelling and stuff like that. I was in a class recently, and someone who I value so well, and have had the opportunity to learn from for the past like 5 years now consistently. He was talking, and then he said, he mentioned something about or when he was like, oh, Glory does YouTube, and I'm sure she has had to take some courses and learn some things, probably on storytelling, video editing. In my mind, I was like, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. You get, and that was when that was when it actually dawned on me that I did not add value to myself so much this year as I should, right? And so I can't just be serving anyhow, serving things to you guys anyhow, or serving low quality products, or it's a service, but giving you guys low quality service, right? And just thinking that everything is going to eventually work out and stuff like that. I have to put in the work. So I realized I haven't been putting in the work, and one of it is with my YouTube channel. I need to take courses that would enable me serve you guys better. And so yeah, so basically generally that is it. Hopefully you guys will understand. I may put up a video maybe somewhere. Okay, I don't know, I just want to take a full 2 months break, but most likely we'll put out maybe one video in January, one video in February, so just watch out for that. Just to let you guys know that I'm alive, I'm not dead, but it's important to have that retreat, to have that solitude, to have that time of solitude, right? So yeah, I don't know if I'm going to put up the other videos that I had planned before this one. I would just put this up and delete all those other ones, because I don't think they are so important. They're not actually that important. So yes, I would see you guys when next I see you guys. Whatever that content would be, most likely would be just an update or something. I'm so sorry, I'm not used to leaving my hair down like this, and it's so weird. So yeah, I would give you guys an update. It's most likely going to be it is most likely going to be a video concerning a major update or something like that, and yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys next year. This is the last video for this year, and I look forward to seeing you guys next year. Thank you for sticking with me throughout this year. Thank you so much. Cheese Masterpiece is so grateful. I'm really, really grateful. Thank you guys. And I think that's it. Bye. So weird. But bye. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Whatever that content is. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please subscribe. I don't really say it in all my videos. I don't think that's something I don't really say. But please subscribe to this video, or to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. It would help me honestly a lot. It's what keeps me going, right? That I know that 330 people are waiting for my video, 330 people are waiting for my content. Let's reach 1,000. Let's go. All right, bye, see you guys.